cops on me. On a mission to be champs since they let me free. Prepare for combat, my adversaries crumble. Face it, I got a reputation for damage. Busters get ready to rumble. They lock me in a cell, have me trapped in a living hell. Though not guilty, I'm still in jail. Brother, I serve my time like a soldier. Maintain composure. My shadow boxing the fight to the death. Busting boulders. Every boxer with a pair of gloves. Best give up love. Here's a man from the makings of a thug. A lethal weapon, mind sharp. And in my heart, there's a wish to shake the world with the flurry of my black fist. Now once a high school dropout, now I'm the $1 million champ. Who's the next to get knocked out? Straight out of Brooklyn.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Cheap Seats Boxing Show. Angel here, my boy JP. JP, what is going on, man?
Man, we doing this stuff.
You know how we do it. First things first, follow us on Twitter at Cheap Seats Box, Apple Podcast, formerly iTunes. Rate and review. Somebody actually rated us, no review, so can't shout you out on that one. You will be the next unofficial sponsor, and that does keep us more noticeable. So when people type in boxing in any platform, we are one of the first shows to show up. We are on the front page of every podcast format except YouTube, and if you can, follow us on there. Email us, cheapseatsboxing@gmail.com. Questions, comments, top 5 list. Oh, we got another top 5 list. Jake Forrester. God, I'm the worst. I should write this shit down. I really should. We're going to run his today. Top 5 fighters who hate / top 5 fighters who love their job of fighting. So if you want to, send in more suggestions. We've had a few. I told you if they're good, I'm going to pick them. If not, hey, nice try. We got quite a few that we're going to do. Power punchers, technical boxers. We can go so many different ways. So if you guys want to send one of those in, feel free.
Top 10 worst dressers.
Top five. And all 5 will be Peter Quillen. I can't even put him in there, though. He's not technically a fighter anymore.
He coming back.
JP, last weekend, the ESPN card, whatever. It was all about the World Boxing Super Series the final semifinal in the cruiserweight division. Gassiev 12th round stoppage over Junior Dorticos. JP, what'd you think? And feel free, because I got a lot to say, so go ahead. Feel free to go as long as you want.
Here's the thing. When I was watching the fight, I was thinking to myself, he did everything that you would stereotypically do to a Cuban fighter that you think would work. He was fighting backwards most of the fight. So he was forcing the Ticos to press. And he didn't even look right throwing his punches going forward. So it didn't look like he had enough on him. The body work, I said he was softer, and that proved to be true. He couldn't. He got him going back. He fought him going backwards, beating him. He fought him standing still, beating him, because he'd stop. His movement was he'd stop and then pop him. His body work was so much. As the fight went on, it got better and better, because they both were going to the body early. But I think Gassiev put in more punishment, because it was like. The Tico's like, I ain't about this life right now. The most telling thing was, I say, around 7, he started going forward. And the Ticos didn't, I get what you said. He started going forward, and then when he would go forward, you see, the Ticos has less and less and less. I think it was 9 when he hit him in the liver. Mm-hmm. And it was like, he breaking you down now, dog. You were done. You saw his feet get flatter. Even when the only time he could actually get something off is if you walk him into the ropes or the corner, and he just got outboxed. And for the moments that they were in fighting, got him. Just totally got him. And he took some shots, but he gave way more than he took. The only thing I didn't like about the fight, and I don't like this in general. When you rock a guy, and if he holds, he holds. But all this holding, turn you to the side, lift you up, grab a leg, that should be a standing 8. If you got to push him over the thing, all that, no, that should be a standing 8. That's a knockdown at that particular point. But hats off. Right now, I will say I might edge Gassiev over Usyk, the way he's looking right now. Because Usyk, he throws those feelers out there a lot, but Gassiev was actually, he wasn't throwing no feelers out. He was hitting you consistently, and he picked his spots and took his breaks and came back hard. I liked it, man. Congratulations.
I see this fight two ways. Just watching the fight, and if you remember when I said going into this fight that whoever is going backwards is going to be losing this fight, and it kind of played out exactly like that. I actually thought Gassiev was going to push the action early, and I said if he's on his back foot, look out, it could be a long night. And it kind of looked that way at the beginning because he's on the back foot about 4.5 rounds, and everything changed at the 5th round. That's just from watching it. I think I gave Dorticos 3 of the first 4 rounds. And it was basically because I thought, he's being the ring general. He's doing what he wants. He wants to come forward. He wants to impose his will on him. And it's like, I'm not used to seeing Gassiev go forward or go backwards. And then about the midpoint of round 5, everything started to change. He stopped going backwards and kind of held his ground. And that whole time he had been building up body work. Mm-hmm. And I think that as soon as he felt like, okay, the body work has started to do what I wanted to do, now I'm going to come forward. And I think he was actually playing him. Like, if he comes forward and I just stop and go straight to the body, maybe one big shot up top, he's going to think he's in control of this fight. And looking back at the fight now, you realize, he was the ring general even going backwards. He was controlling how this fight was going in every facet, forward and backwards. Like, he's letting him come forward because he's setting up the body work. He's hitting him with one big shot at a time. He was hitting him with the uppercut a lot of times. That was sneaking through. He was going right around his guard like I thought he would, and it was an impressive performance. I had him up 4 or 5 points going into the last round anyway. I think the cards, I didn't see the cards, but I think the cards actually had it closer than that. But I thought it was pretty dominant from the 5th round on, about the midpoint of the 5th round on, for Gassiev. He did everything everything he wanted to do, and it kind of reminded me a little bit in the way of, remember when Santa Cruz fought Mares, and people were like, I didn't realize that Santa Cruz had more layers to his game than he did, and I think that's what we saw with Gassiev. He has more layers than what we thought. And remember, he's 24. He just turned 24 years old. He's not even in his prime yet. He's only getting better.
Well, he do look like a LeBron 24.
He does. He does. If they said he was actually 34, it wouldn't shock me. But if the age is correct, I mean, he's not even in his prime yet. And what is? I didn't even look it up. I don't even know offhand. What is Usyk? Usyk is about 29.
Yeah, right? They both in their 20s.
Yeah, I think he's 29. So he's in his prime right now. He's in, and especially at this weight, 200 and above. People really get going in their 30s, and Gassiev is just barely getting close to his prime. He's only getting better, and I think we've seen that over the last 4 or 5 fights with him. It's a constant building of just getting better and better, and as the competition goes up, he's still knocking motherfuckers out. I've said for a long time that I think that's a very competitive fight. Everybody just assumed Usyk was going to just run away with this tournament. I don't see that he's going to run away. Well, obviously he didn't in the semifinals, and I don't think he's just going to run past Gassiev. And this fight is, to me, it's I wouldn't say 50-50. He still have the edge, Usyk. He's the most skilled boxer overall, but I would say that all things being equal, Gassiev may be the best fighter in this division. I mean, like I said, he's getting better. Where I think Usyk is at his best right now. This is his peak as far as his skills, his physical strength, everything. He's at his peak right now in this division, where Gassiev hasn't even gotten there yet. And I base it off that. Now, I still lean Usyk, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that I like that Gassiev does.
Gassiev might wind up being our era's Evander Holyfield, because he can put on weight.
Is he going to put it on like Evander?
I don't know about that, but he can put on weight. and he's got the time.
Or Evan Fields. I'm sorry, Evan Fields. Sorry.
But he's actually got the time to gain and to settle into it, and he's got the skill to break bigger guys down. You know, that one punch power, no. But I can see him actually 5 years from now, 29, in the heavyweight fight. Because you could tell by his build that he can get bigger. You know, and he doesn't have to stay there. So it's gonna get interesting.
Well, and you think about both him and Usyk, and my problem with Usyk going up to heavyweight is he just doesn't have the power. He's gonna have to Chris Bird his way to a title. Yeah. Where Gassiev looks like he has the power to compete, to keep people honest at the heavyweight division. Now, let's be honest. Most of these guys walk around probably 225, so they're not small dudes. They're both 6'3". They're not these giant heavyweights, but they're not midgets either. So I mean, if they're rocking around 225 and they ain't got a cut weight and they just got to add on weight, it's not, you know, like if they all of a sudden they're fighting at 235, close to 240, all they've really done is just put on 10 to 15 pounds. It's not that far fetched that they could do that. This cruiserweight tournament, part of it at least, has been a major success. I mean, it's the best thing in boxing. I really wish that they would have started this whole tournament in January and let it play out for this whole calendar year rather than doing it in the 9-10 months that they've done it from last September until May. Because what that does is it almost guarantees that the winner of those tournaments, one of those winners of the tournament, is going to be a fighter of the year. Now, if every tournament you're producing a fighter of the year, then everybody's going to want to get into that because money comes with that, prestige comes with that. Because the winner of this of Usyk and Gassiev may be the fighter of the year. It's going to be hard to say that they're not because they have earned it. But if they had 3 fights and they come out and clear out a division, you cannot deny it. See, now there will still be cases that people can make. The finals will be in May, so it won't be fresh in people's memories as a late year win.
You made me started thinking when you said that this tournament may have been a way to steal some of the May steam, because if they can build up something to get people, you know, remembering what happened when it all culminated in May, they can build a case if they do it again that, look, we got the best fighters for that May or September date. You get what I'm saying? This is a great tournament, but if they play it right, it's a springboard to at least, if you can't get the Cinco de Mayo date, you can get around the Cinco de Mayo date, and people will respect it. Because if you just want to show up and act like you got it like that, that's not cool. You know, it could be a way to play around that. You know, because if we'll see in the future if they do something that has something around September also, then it's like, yeah, this was the long-term plan. So that's my thought.
And let's give credit to Dorticos, man. Fucking tough motherfucker, man. He was the exact opposite of Guillermo Rigondeaux, man. He didn't go out like a punk. He went out on the shield. That first knockdown on the 12th, man, I thought it basically was already over anyway because he had been building up momentum. But at that point, you thought, oh, they're just going to wave this thing off. That hook was just, the fact that he got up from it, it's kind of like, that reminded me of the Joshua uppercut that he landed against Klitschko, and you're like, how the fuck did he not go? You know what I mean? Like, how did he stay up? And with Dorticos, how did he get up after that? Hats off to him, and we'll see. Hey, him and Bradis, people have been talking about it. It's the first thing I thought of. I'd love to see the two losers go against it, man. That's how much of a success that this tournament has been. Even the losers have gained from this.
They win.
So opposite of the ESPN card. Good God, Zerto Ramirez against, I don't know, the guy who works at the 7-Eleven. I don't know, Ahmed. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Listen, man. Him and I'll get to Manny Pacquiao in a second, but Zerto, man, I get it. They got him his knockout, right? They got him his knockout, but the interest in Zerto is almost nil. Like, I have zero interest in seeing him fight right now, because ever since he won the title, and you remember the performance he had against Abraham, he's like, he shut him out. Like, hey man, he rose to the occasion. When the competition got a little bit better, he stepped it up, and he's an enigma. He reminds me of Adonis Stevenson in this way, right? You have zero interest in him right now because he's fighting indescript bums, and yeah, I know Stevenson's got the Jack fight coming, but here's the problem with Zerto, right? As much as he's not as good as we thought he may have been, and who knows? We don't know, because it's the competition. You put him up against anybody else at super middleweight, do you think would you be shocked if he beat everybody at 68, all the top guys? Nope. And that's kind of the Stevenson thing, you know. As much as we clown on him, like, he's still a nightmare for everybody because of that left, man. So
true.
That's what I'm saying. And in that way, he's an enigma, man. You're tired of what's going on right now with him, but then again, you put him in there with a top guy, you're like, man, shit, this is gonna be a good fight either way. Because Zerto can, just based on volume, he's gonna be able to hang with anybody. But this card had zero interest to me.
This is what my memory says. If I remember anything,
what you got?
It's gonna cover. If you. That's how my memory looks at this.
Oh shit!
Like, whatever, man. Whatever. I'm gonna go smoke a cigar and drink on that. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Like, man, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Ancajas fight, right? Look, the constant comparisons to Manny Pacquiao. We get it, he's Filipino, right? But, and not like he's like a bad fighter. I think he's one of he could be one of the better fighters at 115. But I hate this, and it's not to this extent, right? And I'm talking just boxing skills wise. Ancajas is the next Manny Pacquiao, like Adrian Broner was the next Floyd Mayweather. It's just not there. They don't coincide. Why? Because you got two black fighters. One,
they're both from the Midwest.
They like to fight out that shell. I mean,
he never liked to
but
fight.
He tried.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying, like, it was that was your that's why he was the next Mayweather, because he hung out with him. And Ancajas is promoted by Manny Pacquiao, so he's Filipino, so I mean he has to be the next Manny. It's like, we could probably get better comparisons than that. I mean, it's lazy. It's just lazy.
That's what boxing is right now, lazy. Like, who fought out? Hagai? Is that 115 too? It's a flyweight.
112.
Okay.
Superfly is.
I knew it was in the ballpark.
Yeah.
But look, let these guys build their own bones. Don't prop them up, because every time you prop somebody up like that, you setting them up for failure. You because the Manny Pacquiao that people remember, the people, first of all, when it comes to living legends, people don't even remember the shit that they did that made them legendary, for one. So just saying a name, he's just like Manny. Do you remember what Manny was doing back then? Does what he does look anything like what Manny was doing back then? Is it in the same ballpark? Fuck that. Is it in the same? Fuck that. Is it in the? I was about to say universe, galaxy. Hold up. The Marvel alternate universes. How about that? Is it anywhere in that? Do you see Manny? I mean, even Manny could, I'm gonna say this, but I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. Like it's certain fighters that probably would never be duplicated, or it might be a once in a lifetime thing when we see it. The Manny coming up, you're probably not gonna see that again, ever. You know, freeze yourself cryogenically like Demolition Man and come back and see if you see somebody like that. let him be him. Because, yeah, man, I mean, you think he gonna go from 15 to 54?
No.
Just what I'm saying, like,
yeah, maybe he'd have to do that. There's really not much to say. I will say this about the ratings actually were terrible, and I'm glad, because these cards need to get those kind of ratings, and that's what I said in the State of Boxing. That's what I said in the article on New Age Boxing, was that people need to start demanding that we get the fights that we deserve as fans, the ones who are flipping the bill for this shit. And I think it was 741, like 740. That's terrible numbers. Like I said, it really has done not. It hasn't done any better than the PBC. It's had a couple better fights, or at least fighters. You know, like if it's not, and this is basically what that top ranked ESPN deal has become. If it's not 4 fighters, Manny, Lomachenko, Crawford, and no, I was gonna say Jose Ramirez, or even the Valdez. I guess it's about 5. If it's not those 5 guys, then this is what we get. You get this card. You get a Ray Beltran card that's like, no, you know. Look, they're not all going to be winners, but let's also, just because they're not all winners, they're not all A fighter versus A fighter, or a fight number 1 contender. Like I said, there's always something between A and Z. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we're getting A versus Z, and it doesn't interest me. It just doesn't. Now the Valdez Quig does that interests me. Even Horn Crawford, just because I want to see what Crawford looks like at 47. I think Horn is going to pose some problems to Crawford that he's not used to, size-wise. Just in size-wise, and he's fucking unorthodox, and he will come in and headbutt the shit out of him. You know? Those are things because let's be honest, Crawford, for the most part, besides the Postal fight, has beaten up on a lot of smaller guys. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to fight a different style. Ramirez and why can't I think? Imam. All I could get was Emir. I was like, no, that's Amir Khan. Imam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm interested in those fights. Those are good fights. But after we stop there, then what? Then what? You know what I mean? We're going to have to recycle a lot of shit, man, to get to the next set of good fights.
You know, and I hope to God that this is Manny Pacquiao's way of saying, Bob, told you needed me. You're going to have to cut a real big check to bring Manny out, baby. You need me to save your ass one good time? Guess I'm going to need a whole lot of zeros. I'm going to at least need a high 8. You know, just a high 8, and I think about it. Because that's what he going to need at this particular point. And, you know, but if you want to take it, and people are getting tired, and I've said it before, people are getting tired of Aaron. It has nothing to do with his fighters per se. People are tired of Bob. Because it's always something. It's always something at his events. It's always something with the fights he set up. It's always something with the fighter matchups. It's never just a square business. And that's a problem. You know, even with in the Manny thing at the beginning of it, you know, my grandparents used to say, how you start is how you finish. When you started with Manny in Australia, that wasn't square business. So, you know, quick football reference. I'm a hater. Everybody at my job knows this. I have like 376 teams. But the ones I hate, they ain't on my list. But people are turning on the Patriots right now, right? How did they start their dynasty? They cheated to win the Super Bowl. So everything that happens from this point on is par for the course. He threw his best fighter, his biggest moneymaker ever under the bus on the first fight. Everything else is par for the course. Everything. You know, he going to have to switch something up, but he too old to.
You're talking about him and Him and Don King are going to save boxing in New York. What are you talking about?
Oh, man, they going to...
Hit Ramirez and Imam.
God. Look, this is why I said I don't trust that fight. I don't trust that fight. Think about that. The promotional team, the area. This looks... Let me tell you something. This looks like a setup if I ain't never seen one. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody hypothetically robbed the gate driving out of the damn place. Like, we got all the cash. Oh, it came up missing. You got insurance on it? Yes, we do. Sitting there counting money. Ain't that a bitch Bob? Don, I don't know what happened. Like, it's a setup, man. I'm sorry, I said it.
This weekend there really isn't much. Solane Tate versus Omar Narvaez. Narvaez moving up another weight class. He's old. He's been beat at 115 handily by Inoue. But you know what? Let's see how Tate coming off his I guess officially 6-second knockout. Let's see how he looks, because now that Inoue has moved up to bantamweight, I mean, I'm down for a Tate Inoue fight. I don't know about you.
Hell yeah.
I'll find that stream after that fight's over with, I'm sure. And then on being Espanol, Miguel Berchelt and his third replacement fighter. This will just be a beating. If you want that's literally the only action this weekend. So we're gonna jump right into it. Let's just do it. Let's jump right into our top 5. Like I said, Jake Forster, I'm the worst. I fucking apologize, bro. I did not write anything down. You know what I should do? I should just look it up on my phone. Let's hit pause. Hold on. Let's hit pause. There we go. Yeah, I was right the first time. I shouldn't doubt myself. It's Jake Forster. Shout out to you. Appreciate you sending that in. One of the top 5 fighters who hate and love their job of fighting. Nowadays, it's a lot easier to come up with 5 guys who hate their job than it is 5 guys who love their job. That guy is leaving. Where do you want to start? Love or hate? Love or hate?
Hey, flip a coin. I don't give a damn.
Let's start with hate. Let's start with love. Let's start with love, because sometimes we get into the hate game. Let's just finish off with some good hate.
Okay.
Because then I can talk some shit about people. Where do you want to start off, man? Start number 5. Who you got?
My number 5 will be Errol. Errol loves to fight. He got a lot of dog in him. I like it. I only put him at number 5 because he's so calm about it. I think he's the calmest guy in my list. He's like, yeah, I want to fight you. Yeah, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you on the street. I'm gonna holler at you. Like he's not overly aggressive. I guess because he knows he's already got a reputation that's gonna hurt somebody. So it's like, my reputation came here 20 minutes ago, so I just want to let you know you're on the list. So I think he loves what he does, every minute of it. I'm gonna go
with a guy that I'm not really a big fan of at all, and anybody who's actually I've been accused of being a lover and a hater of this guy before on Twitter. It's amazing. I'm not a fan of him. I think the whole way that the Triple G thing happened, I'm not a big fan of. But I will say this: Canelo Alvarez loves to fight, and you know why? Because he's what, 27 now. He's barely going to go into his prime. I mean, he fought Austin Trout when nobody wanted to fight Austin Trout. He fought Erislandy Lara when nobody wanted to fight him. He was signed right after right after the Austin Trout fight, was going to fight. Oh my God! How do I blank on my favorite Puerto Rican? Miguel Cotto. He was scheduled. He was going to fight.
Right.
He was going to fight him at, I think he was 23 at the time, maybe 24. But then Cotto messed that up by losing Austin Trout. Floyd Mayweather at 23 or 22, he fought him. Triple G. He loves to fight. You don't put yourself in there against the very best that young, and against people where even your advisor's like, this ain't a good matchup, unless you truly love to fight. and I'll give him credit. He got in the ring. I actually favor him going into the rematch, as much as that hurts me. Not really. It doesn't hurt me, but I'm just not a big fan of his. I think he loves to fight. I think the fact you put the names down that he's already fought by the time before he turned 27, it shows you he loves to fight. Number 4.
You're right. I didn't have him on my list, though. You're right. I didn't put him on my list because of the damn... You remember we don't fight for belts.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, but that has more to do with the promotion.
That's a business side of it.
Yeah.
I have to take the business side out of it sometimes. Not on my hate side, though.
So yeah. So my apologies, fella. My apologies for that. Number 4, Lomachenko. Comes from a fighting family, but he reminds me of this thing that Mike Tyson used to say: a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. Even though there's some stuff with his fights, I think he's one of the few guys. He's in Iron Man and Ninja Turtle onesies on the internet in the ring boxing. You gotta love your job to be a grown cartoon character. Like, what you gonna wear today? I'm gonna wear Iron Man today. Like, that's some kid. I love it, but that's some kiddie love for something. Like, you know what? I feel like Raphael today. Like, He does all the little swimming in the ice water. That's crazy, by the way. You crazy as hell. The little tricks, letting people know how fast his hands is. Obviously, he loves what he does. It's obvious he loves what he does. So I got to give you that on that.
Yeah, but he grew up. He grew up, in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
They're used to ice water. Let's just be honest. Black people don't even like the cold outside. You damn sure ain't jumping in the water.
I'm about to cut the heat on.
Number 4 for me is they share the DNA. We're just going to put them in as one person. The Charlo brothers. They love to fight. They showed you they love to fight. Because nobody gets more hyped up after a win than those guys. And honestly, I have no doubt that they'll fight anybody. I really don't. Now, their advisor may differ from that sometimes, but I don't think they do. Even the J-Rock fight, everybody's like, man, I think J-Rock's gonna get Jamal. No, Jamal's got a lot of dog in him. And then Jermell, just by the fact, and this is how you know they love their job, because they know what they're doing, that they're blessed at what they're doing, and to have that opportunity. And then that little video that you sent me, where Jermell is checking Adrian Broner's dumbass at the launch of all their fights, and it's like he was talking to him like your uncle used to do, or your mom used to do when you're like doing some shit you're not supposed to do, but she don't want everybody to see that she's yelling at you, like shut the fuck up, man, stop it. And you saw Broner, like, he looked at him like, will you stop that shit, like, stop acting an idiot. And Broner looked at him like, oh, this motherfucker's serious. And that's how you know, because Broner don't listen to nobody. He okay. Like, he literally like shook his head. All right, I'm good. I think the Charlos love to fight, man. And actually, the more that they become characters, the more I love to watch them fight.
That's my number 3. Both of them. Here's the other reason. You see guys talking in a regular tone 1 minute, and then their eyes just light up with hate. There are videos of them literally backstage talking, and they start looking over. What you looking at? I won't fight you. That's what I'm looking at. Like, yo, these guys are dead ass serious. When they knock people out and they just walk off, yeah, that's what? Knocked your punk ass out. No, I ain't shaking your hand. He likes to fight. And when I say he, I'm talking about both of them. On top of that, who else do you know get on the internet, walk around the gym flexing like, you better be ready, motherfucker, because I'm ready? That's something. If you do that, obviously you woke up in the morning, you know what, I'm going to kiss the wife and the kids. Baby, I love you, baby. I'm going to go to work and post on the internet that I'm going to try to kill this boy later on the day. Like, and their slogan is keep running your mouth. You can't get no, man, I don't even want to eat ice cream with them dudes.
Number 3 for me is Lomachenko. We swap those two out. Same reasons you said. And he, you know what? He's got some dog in him. Yeah. And I think that is a little underrated, is the dog that he has in him. Because he loves mocking a guy. Like when they're hurting or when he's picking them apart, he loves mocking them. He likes to play with, it's like, it's like a lion or one of those big cats where they like to play with their food a little bit. Like let them kind of like struggle, like let them go in. You ever seen those videos?
Yeah,
where
that's what I'm
they
laughing.
chase him like that. He kind of does that. He's got a lot of dog in him, man. I go Lomachenko number 3, number 2 for you.
Number 2 is beating up dudes. Terrence Bud Crawford. Simply put, there's a video of him right now. He was at that same press conference on the backstage. I think Benavidez walked up on him, trying to tell him, yo, I want to fight you. You ducking me. This is his words. Focus on your fight. Focus on your fight before you don't make your fight. Wait. You telling them you gonna do it right now? Yeah, focus on your fight before you not make. Look, I ain't scared of nobody. We can take this outside right now. That's all you need to know. And Benavidez's crew, they was holding Crawford. Like, y'all walked up on this man to challenge him, and now you holding him back? Obviously, you're dealing with a person that likes fight. And he keeps saying stuff on the internet. You know what? Y'all beat your ass too. Like, Terrence, they was just, I don't care about it. I'll beat your ass too. Like, you know what? I love the dog in you, buddy.
Yeah, I got the same guy. He got a lot of dog in him. Yeah, and this is why, and I don't have Errol Spence on my list. Spoiler alert for my number 1. But the fact that he's on your list, and I think he loves to fight, the fact that Bud's on both of ours, number 2, tells me that they're going to get through the promotional bullshit eventually and fight each other. And I think they will be unifying that whole division. There will be another undisputed champion. And if Bud does that, he might as well just go put his fucking hands in Canastota. Them motherfuckers Hall of Famer if he got disputed 140 and 147. But I'm just saying, like, they have that desire to find out who's the best. They are the anti-Floyd, and this is not an anti-Floyd hate. I'm using Floyd's words. We don't fight to find out who's the best. These motherfuckers they fight to find out who's the best. And you gotta love both of them for that. I love Crawford. I love the dog in him. Yeah, he's getting more surly, but hey, when you're backing it up, you're backing it up. Now, our number 1s are totally opposite. Now, I know who your number 1 is. I like it, and I cannot argue it. Go ahead.
Number 1 is Orlando Salido. He did everything everybody else in these things did, except he's the one that got in the latest bar fight. You know, I won't make weight and kick your ass. How about that? I don't care about the pay. How about that? You know what? Yeah, I'm old. Whatever. Meet me in the parking lot. How about that? He's not considered a boxer. He's not considered a plotter. He's not even considered a brawler. He's considered a fighter. And he looks like a person who's a mean drunk. So obviously, wherever he goes, it's going to be some shit going down. So I like it. I know he loves to fight because he fights everywhere. That's all.
I can tell you that right now, if this list was made 6 years ago, it would have been like, especially top 3 would have been all Mexicans. It would have been Angulo.
Yeah.
It would have been Margarito. It would have been Salido. Because when guys actually love to even get hit in the face, like, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, like, oh, fuck. You know, it's like, you get in a fight with that guy on the street, like you hit him in the face and like they're like, yeah. You're like, fuck. Yeah, you're like,
ass.
Man, you're like, oh, fuck, this is going to be a long one, man. You got to bring my lunch, man. I cannot argue with that. Yeah, he is the most Mexican of all Mexican guys. He's an Uber driver, hurt his back doing construction, getting in bar fights. He is a Mexican legend, and it has nothing to do with in-ring. That's just the icing on the cake. Number 1 for me, I'm going to say Sullivan Barrera. Soli B. You know how, and I put that to the same criteria I did earlier, was he wants, like with the Canelo thing, he wants to fight the best. He wants to keep on fighting the best. Let's go through the run. He lost the Ward. Didn't stop him. He's like, fuck it, let's go. I'm gonna fight Shabransky. Oh, okay. You know who nobody wants to fight right now? Joe Smith. Because I'll beat the fuck out of him. Oh, nobody wants to fight Dmitry Bivol. Oh, I'll fight him. It's like, and then you know what? After that, I want to fight Kovalev. It's like, yeah, he loves his job. He absolutely loves his job. He loves to fight. He is love to fight guy. And all the fighters that we listed, love them or hate them, when they fight, everybody wants to watch them. There's a reason for it, because you know that they're coming to do their job. Even Canelo. As much hate as I've given him, as much hate as a lot of Mexican people have given him. Still, there's a reason he's selling the fights that he's selling.
True.
And his fights aren't boring. Let's give him that. Well, not all. Some of them are. but the ones with Triple G are not. The Cotto one was terrible.
That's on Cotto.
I guess that was a bad call, but me just coming out with it. All right, top 5 guys who hate their job. Who's just in it for the paycheck?
Number 5, Mikey. Comes from a fighting family. I think it works to his advantage because he's about that business. He's like, I don't love this so much that I'm not going to get paid, B. Like, you think you're going to just give me anything, I'm going to take it? I think he doesn't really, and he said it before, like, you know, it wasn't really his first choice. You know, it's just something he kind of fell into because of the family. Mm-hmm. I think that makes him a better fighter, actually, because he doesn't stick to anything. He's pliable. He's like, this works tonight. This doesn't work tonight. I'm going to go with that. He doesn't say, I'm this person, and I'm going to go down swinging. He doesn't do that. But I don't think he loves his job. It's just a job.
Yeah, he does it. He absolutely does it for the paycheck. I'm going to stick him in at number 5, but I'm going to slash that with another guy, Tony Bellew. This motherfucker straight up tells you, I am only looking for big paydays. I'm not looking for anything else other than big paydays. You want me to fight on a movie, in a movie, and I don't got to really get punched? Oh, yeah, I'll do that one too. Yeah, Tony Bellew definitely does not love it. He's only doing it for a job. Mike is the same way. I mean, he's come out and admitted, like, I'm not in love with the sport of boxing. I'm just good at it, and it pays me well. And his recent decisions, which have been awful decisions. Boy, you really should have pushed for that Linares fight, and you should have pushed for that Easter fight, because those guys look like they were primed to get their ass beat by you. Bad decisions. I'm going to go Mikey and Bellew tied number 5. Number 4, man.
Keith Thurman. I mean, I only want to fight once a year.
Oh, shit.
Got in a car wreck. I'm a fighter. Earl says, well, we going to fight? We going to fight. No, we not. You ain't about that life. I'm the unified champion. I'm going to fight anybody until I'm ask you to fight. So I got to say, yeah, man, you're not, you know, you don't really, you're not really about, you don't want that smoke. That's what it's about. Like, do I think no, because just the youth and inactivity alone tells me no. That's it. Just no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Adrian Broner, number 4. I think it's pretty obvious that he literally only does this for the paycheck at this point. He can't. The biggest question is, can he make weight? He obviously doesn't put the time in the gym because he never developed. He stopped developing at like 23 years old or 24 years old. He was done at that point. He's never gotten any better. And as he got into his prime and wasted it, he's only gotten worse. And Mikey exposed every lack of boxing ability that everybody said that he had. Yeah. Oh, if he comes in at his best, I'm telling you, he's going to box Mikey's ears. No, he's not. He's not. He was never that skilled to begin with. And he's never done anything to actually build up any skill that he didn't have or to improve on any skill that he didn't have. Adrian Broner, definitely number 4 for me. Number 3.
Adonis Stevens. Does he really want... Look, all you got to say is this. He ducked Kovalev so long that he became irrelevant as a champion. When he won that title, the first thing I said was he was running around that ring like he going to be running with that title from now on. And you know what? His ass has been running a marathon per month with that title. He wants the belt. He wants the check. But he don't want to fight. And he got power. That's the crazy part. He got one punch knockout power, but he don't want to fight somebody that's a threat to him. So I don't think he want to fight.
Yeah, I'm going to steal one of yours. I was like, oh, no, he needs to be on my list. I can't believe I didn't put him on there. I don't know if he's really an active fighter. How about Adrian Broner's Mexican brother, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? One statement. It sells it all. You don't need to hear anything else. Cereal and pink underwear. Training camp in his house. Case closed. Number 2.
Y'all know what my last 2 going to be because you're going to know. AB, number 2. It's more about the show than the business. He been rapping. He been clubbing. He been partying. He's been consistently out of shape. He's consistently not made weight. He's consistently talked trash. And he's consistently... Here's what people skip. He's been he went from 35 to 47. Didn't really fight anybody in 47. When he got packed, he went back to 40. There's not really anybody to fight at 40 like it is at 47. He's about to show, but he ain't showing up. After the Maidana thing crushed him, you could tell. But the Porter shutout ass whooping, only thing he got from that was, well, I came back in the 12th round and knocked him down. Yeah. We heard that. We've seen that one before, though. And then the Mikey shutout. I know they both weren't necessarily shutouts, but what? Mikey, that was a shutout. Porter, that was what, 11-1? You know? He constantly doesn't show up. He's training recently. I got to do push-ups. He look out of shape already. Like, dog, you don't take this shit seriously for nothing. You about the money, obviously, because you the same guy that was throwing money down the toilet, the same guy that got caught in the airport. I got more money. The same guy walking around. We shoot craps. None of this shit has to do with boxing. So obviously, even with the thing we were talking about earlier with the Charlo thing, he was the only one that didn't take that seriously. I can't trust you.
We have all the same guys except for I had threw Bellew in there.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me is Adonis Stevenson. I mean, come on, man. The winner of this fight against Jack has to fight the winner of who's the dude he's got? What's the other fight coming up? And it's not even Gvozdyk.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, and then they have to fight. That winner has to fight Alvarez. Okay, you really think you're gonna tie down Adonis Stevenson for 3 fights in a row? It's taken 5 years to tie him down to one Jack fight, people, and only because he don't want to lose that damn the one thing that he does have, and that's the belt. Even the WBC's are like, dude, I can't even cover for you anymore. But yeah, there's enough said. I can go on a nice diatribe on my number one. My number one
is Chavez Jr. This is the epitome of why. Not the draws, not the cereal. The only time he's made weight is when he was going to get charged for not making weight. So what did I tell you? Well, shit, I'm going to make this paycheck. I'm going to actually work out and make weight. And then what did he do when he got in the ring? Got his ass whooped. He probably threw 7 punches in the whole fight. And everybody's like, really? I'm in the best shape of my life. You was in the best shape of your life to get a paycheck and not get fined for not making weight. You did not come to fight at all. How the hell? You know what? And this is also the same guy who's on the internet posting his cars. And then he comes out, I'll fight him. I know you will fight him. You'll show up to get paid to fight him, but you won't fight nobody.
Oh.
At least throw a punch, man.
It's like his black brother, Broner. I told you, they're the same.
That's Big Bro.
They are the same person, man. They are. The only time that we knew Broner was going to make weight when it was like, oh, it's going to cost me $500,000 for every pound I'm over. I'm not going to show up and I'm going to get my ass whipped for 12 rounds.
I forgot. Glad you said
12th round knockdown of Porter. 12th round knockdown of...
Glad you said that, because this is the other thing about that. The Canelo shot was a prime silver spoon opportunity. You could have, if you would have won, you didn't even have to win. If you would have made that shit competitive, you would have had a mega fight somewhere.
Yeah.
You didn't even do that. You the type of guy that could be paid to throw a fight easily, because that's what it is. That's what it is. You paid to throw a fight. I'm done.
He definitely could get paid to throw a fight. Number 1 for me, because it's so fresh, Keith Thurman. If you'd had this last year, he wouldn't have been on anybody's list. But man, nobody has fallen from grace faster without losing a fight than Keith Thurman. You know, we can say everything and people can defend him. Because there will be people who will truly defend him, not just fuck with you on Twitter about it. Like, literally, truly defend his... he was hurt. Did his arm fall off? I'm just curious because... Jesse Vargas, that ain't no tune-up fight, man. That's a big-time fight coming back. Oh, these are the same people who defend him that were pissed off when Manny Pacquiao, after the loss to Mayweather when he had the rotator cuff surgery, fought Tim Bradley. Everybody like, Tim Bradley? Oh, come on. You gotta do better than that. Yeah, come on, man. Now he ain't even gonna fight Jesse Vargas. We know he ain't gonna fight Errol Spence. We know he ain't gonna fight Porter. He's probably gonna fight the winner of what? I almost guarantee you this. The winner is it official, the Alexander Ortiz fight?
I don't think it's official. Yeah, it is official now. It should be official now.
Is the fight next month or this
Probably.
month?
Probably.
The winner of that fight will be fighting Keith Thurman. Watch if they come out unscathed. I don't know. Or what was the other name? Andre Berto was the other name. Like, come on, man.
You feel a little Greco in this bit.
That's in April. That's too. I think he's fighting in May. Yeah, look, man. He obviously doesn't love his job. He does it for a paycheck, and that's fine. Whatever. But I don't gotta support you. He was quick to want a unified title when Danny Garcia was coming up and was looking very average against a shot Guerrero. But when Errol Spence is looking like a fucking monster, like, whoa. I need 2 tune-up fights. That means I'm fighting you in 2020. And call me Barbara Walters, because that's when we're fucking fighting. Look, man, he's pretty much just said it. Yeah, let's just see how long he can keep on making weight at 147.
I gotta just do it. Skip! You did not just do that. That was funny shit, too. 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith Thurman's my number one. I mean, I got zero respect for this guy right now. Hey, he can redeem himself, do something different. You know what? The guy who probably should have been on my list, and because the guy who loves to fight, a lot of guys loves to promote, Deontay Wilder is really on the outside. Because for as flawed as he is and as much hate as he had gotten, he's really turned the corner where a lot of people who were downing him are really pulling for him now and really want him to go beat Anthony Joshua. Like, he has turned around a lot of people, and I just hope that they do right by him and get him the exposure he deserves, because this guy should be a star.
You know what? I thought about him too. Yeah. Just on the bronze bomber, I want a body in the ring comment. That was fucked up, but that's real. Yeah. Like, I want a body in the ring. Like, yo, just, I don't think you could say that in this climate. You know what I'm saying? But he broke his hand. He came back, knocked my out. Yeah, he keeps telling Ortiz, don't fuck this up. The saying he would fight him after the steroid thing. Mm-hmm. Sorry, you want to honorable mention, bro. Honorable mention.
You know who doesn't love their job? Shannon Briggs.
Oh,
he'll talk about fights for everybody. He's like, I ain't getting in the ring, not unless the payday's right and steroids is lined up perfectly.
I was thinking more. He was on the number 6 was David Hay.
Oh, yeah, he only fights for paychecks too. He's Bellew. I could have slashed him and Bellew together.
Nah, because at least Bellew, I pulled my left pinky toe. Getting out of the car, but you're holding your right leg though. Oh, my bad. It's the it's a moving toe pull.
Look, he hasn't done that. Like, okay, he did the toe thing against Klitschko. Yeah, he pulled out twice against Tyson Fury. Yeah, he tore his Achilles against Bellew. Yeah, they postponed the second fight. I know, but still, David Hay is a treasure.
That's the one reason I couldn't put Briggs in it. Briggs fluffed his hair like a little girl. Come here. And he walked off.
Oh, yeah. Because I think even Briggs said, I literally expected him to swing on me, because ain't no man should be able to flip your hair and you don't swing on him, man.
So, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You know what Briggs loves doing? Making videos.
Yeah.
He had a great run with the Klitschko thing.
Let's go, champ. I still love that series, baby.
Oh, JP, man, I got nothing else, man. That boxing, man. I mean, besides the reaction of the Gassiev Dorticos fight, man. Everything else is kind of slowed down. It'll pick back up next week. Next week we'll have to get another list going. We got so many different ones. You know what? Unless somebody comes up with something different, I'm gonna go top 5 power punchers. Pound for pound power punchers.
All time or right
no,
now?
right now. No. The Julian Jackson Award.
Woo!
I think that's what we're going to do next week. This one was actually a top 10, but it was a 5 and 5. But yeah. But we had plenty of time for that too. Thank
Y'all
God
know who my number one gonna be. Shit.
Thank God we had time to fill in because there wasn't shit else going on. So thank you, Jake Forrester, for that topic, for that list. We will hit another list next week. Follow the show on Twitter at CheapSeatsBox. That's where you can send those suggestions in, or you can email us cheapseatsboxing@gmail.com. You can mail them in there, or anything else, man. You gotta leave a comment on YouTube. That means you've watched and subscribed, and then you can do that there. You can do that. You know what we didn't do? We didn't do the Zoom thing. I can't do it now. It's too late now, man.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't do that. I didn't even think about it till right now. I'm pretty sure we didn't do that.
Post Zoom. How about that?
Yeah, so go ahead, follow us on all the platforms. Apple Podcast, rate and review. iTunes, rate, review. Just do it. You will be next an official sponsor. We will shout you out. That's how we do things. Anything else, JP? Did I forget anything?
No, this is where the fighters fighting the fans commentate.
Yeah, I didn't think I did. And we do it just like you for the cheap seats because we ain't buying no tickets, goddammit. Peace.
I'll never be shamed again. Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fake me. I'm the